Hello, I am Raju Narayanan. Let us discuss about soft skills today. Now, what are soft skills? Soft skills are personal attributes that enhance an individual's interactions, job performance, and career prospects. Unlike hard skills, which tend to be specific to a certain type of task or activity, soft skills are broadly applicable. For starters, they are not soft skills at all. They are foundational. And just like the foundation of a house or a chassis of a car must be built to withstand enormous amount of stress and pressure, soft skills provide you with the capacity to do what you need to do to solve customer problems, to spot and exploit additional opportunities, and to build loyalty. Your first impression at a job, date, or a social scene can literally make or break you. You can say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, or just simply not know how to act. This can be a very devastating way to start off. Don't be that person. When we talk about soft skills, we come to a concept called etiquette. What is etiquette? The practices and forms prescribed by social convention or by authority. More simply, it means knowing how to act in an appropriate manner. Different situations requires different types of etiquette. There is social etiquette, dining etiquette, business or industry etiquette, office etiquette, telephone etiquette, mobile phone, email. Many etiquette considerations are there. Let us discuss industry or office etiquette now. In the best of times, etiquette can give you the edge over your competition. In difficult times, manners set you apart. There are any number of companies that can offer the same services and products as you. The critical difference is ultimately how you make people feel when they do business with you. Manners are the missing link. Excellence in etiquette will take you to the top. Now let us get a bit deeper into this. The first and foremost to remember is always arrive on time for an appointment. Arrive at least and no more than 5 minutes early. You arrive half an hour early, that means somebody will get a feeling that you don't have any other job. If you make someone wait, whether it is an employee or an employer or a business acquaintance, that goes wrong. Never be late for a meeting or for work. Never leave the office without your visiting cards. Your visiting cards and how you handle them contribute to your total image. Have a good supply of them with you at all times, since you never know when and where you will encounter a potential client. Use a card holder so that they are kept in pristine condition. 3. Make introduction with style and order. Because office industry etiquette is based on rank and hierarchy, you want to honor the senior or highest ranking person by saying their name first. When a client is present, they are the most important person. Say the client's name first and introduce other people to the client. A peer in your company is introduced to a peer from another company. Say the name of the person from outside your company first. A younger person is typically introduced to an older person. Say the older person's name first. Always stand up when being introduced. It shows respect. The accepted response to an introduction is, "How do you do?" or "I am pleased to meet you." If someone hesitates even for a second when introducing you for your name, jump in quickly and introduce yourself. Anyone can forget a name, even if someone they know very well. If you are not sure of the name, it is okay to suggest to people that they introduce themselves. If you forget someone's name as you are introducing them, it is okay to admit that you have forgotten. It is better for them to say their name than for you to introduce them wrongly by another name or fail to introduce them at all. Be calm and straightforward and say something like, I'm having trouble recalling your name, or I remember meeting you, but I am not recalling your name. Let us see the story behind the handshake. Everyone shakes hands when they meet. An empty hand presented forward to another person and receiving the same response was the easiest and most recognizable way to show someone that people were not holding a weapon. Therefore, a handshake meant they were going to talk instead of fighting. A handshake should be a handshake. Shake hands so that the web between your first finger and thumb meets firmly with the other person's. One squeeze only, 1 or 2 pumps of the hand, firm but not aggressive. Make eye contact as you shake hands. The handshake should last only as long as it takes to greet the other person. You should wait for the elderly or a disabled person to initiate a handshake, as they might not be able to do so. When meeting a business colleague, man or woman, at a mall, social event, anywhere, a handshake is in order, even if you are in jeans or other casual attire. Match your body language with your verbal message. A smile or pleasant expression tells people that you are glad to be with them. Eye contact says you're paying attention. Leaning in towards other person engages you in the conversation. You can use as many signals as you can and look interested and interesting. Remember that nothing will substitute your actual interest. Avoid personal visitors during office time unless it is an emergency or life-threatening situation. People will respect you more if you avoid wasting time on personal meetings, phone calls, etc. on office time. It is best to keep desk clutter to a minimum. No one likes to wait while a co-worker attempted to unearth a missing item from under a mound of papers. Be organized. Try to avoid interrupting people at work. You might have done your job, your work. Does not mean that you can go and interrupt another person's work. Be courteous of common space like pantries, bathrooms. Clean up after using it. Try to display a positive attitude towards work and co-workers, no matter how bad a day it might be to you. Remember, co-workers are not punching bags. The basic rule is the golden rule. Treat others the way you wish to be treated. Thank you.